Hey guys, and welcome back to Kellie TV. So I was really impressed with the second episode of Fear the Walking Dead. Some people complained that the first episode was a little bit slow, and it was 90 minutes, but this one, not slow at all. I mean, obviously they were just trying to set up the storyline, introduce us to the people in the first episode, and I really thought it would pick up after that, and it totally did. So just as I expected, Alicia's boyfriend, he's not doing well at all. Looks like he's been bitten and he's extremely sick, but the problem is she doesn't understand just how sick Matt is. Like, he's not coming back from it. And when her mom figures out that she's like trying to care for him, she's like, you know, you have to get out of here because you can't stay around him. It's just not good, because we all know that Matt, he's not getting better. Now, Travis can't get in touch with his ex-wife, so he is, you know, deciding that he's going to go out looking for her and also try to figure out where their son is, because it's getting pretty cray-cray around LA, like pretty cray. So it turns out his son is in the middle of all of this zombie chaos, but people really don't know that they are zombies yet. They don't know what to call them. They don't really know what is going on. But we do know one thing. His son should definitely not be in all that craziness, because that is about to get so crazy that the police won't be able to contain it. Now, Nick is trying to detox from the latest drug bin that he went on. And because of that, he needs some like painkillers to help him, you know, come down from the high and to detox from all the drugs he's been on lately. But of course the doctors aren't answering their phones, not a surprise. So his mom, Madison, decides to go to the school where I guess they had some stashed drugs, probably belonging to the students or something. I'm not even really sure, but she knows where to find them, so she's going to head back out there into kind of unsafe territory to go get those painkillers for her son. So the thing is, all the people that are involved in like this zombie chaos, and I don't know if this is like downtown LA or wherever, but they don't understand why the police are shooting and killing these people who have obviously already turned into zombies, and they feel like it's like injustice and everything. But I think they're soon going to realize that the police are actually doing a good thing here, sadly, because, you know, the people are already dead anyway. So it was good to see Tobias, who is actually still in the school, and good to know that he is not walking slowly with a limp and his head turned and with, you know, like parts of his face messed up and crazy eyes. You get what I'm trying to say. He seems to have some inside information here, just like he did in last week's episode, because he knows that this is not just like a thing that's going to just, it's not just a thing, you know, it's going to be around for like a while. And by a while, I mean ever. And he's trying to tell Madison that, but she totally doesn't get it. She thinks the police are going to get it under control, and I guess like the CDC or something. But that's not going to happen, because he's like in the cafeteria doing the smart thing, and he's taking those ginormous cans of veggies and he's taking them home with him, because school is out forever. Yeah. Well, I totally called the principal thing. I said they were totally leading up to him turning, and he's the only other person in the school that we know of so far, and he is most definitely not his normal self. And sadly, he's trying to bite Tobias and Madison, and she has to beat him over the head with a fire extinguisher. That really hurts her, and I'm sure it would hurt any of us. And he seemed like a totally cool guy, but the guy he was, let's be real, just doesn't exist anymore. But that completely freaked her out. So Travis is able to find his son in the chaos, and now his ex-wife was helping him, so they all kind of joined together, but they're trying to get out of the madness, and they convince this guy who has a barber shop in the area to let their family in and to seek refuge there. So now, you know, the big question with this episode is he ever going to be able to reunite with Madison, who I think is his girlfriend, and her family, or what? Because it's going to get to a point pretty soon, probably next episode, where you just will not be able to go outside, and even being inside in your own home is not safe. As we see toward the end of the episode, the neighbors are going crazy around where Madison lives, and they're like biting each other and attacking each other. We can pretty much safely assume that Matt is dead by now. Well, not dead, but turned into a zombie. I guess he is dead and zombified. So things are just going to get worse and worse and worse for the remainder of the season, which is like 4 episodes, I think. It's a very, very, very short season. And they also mentioned that cell phones really aren't working, which we know, and which Tobias accurately predicted. Everything's going to fall apart. That means no more, you know, internet, no more cable, no more cell phones, which would mean my life would be totally boring and I would not know what to do with myself. What about you? So if you caught this episode of Fear the Walking Dead, I want to know what you think and what you think about the series so far. Give this video a thumbs up if you are into the series so far. And what do you think is going to happen? I asked this question last week, but I'm still curious. Do you think all these people are going to die that we have been introduced to, or do you think a couple will live, or all of the ones that are the main characters are going to live, or what do you think about that? And where do you think they go from here? And I think I did hear there are going to be like more episodes after this initial season. So that should be really interesting. So thank you again for watching this episode of Kellie TV, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.
I'm down. Nobody's living right now. Ain't no time for messing around, but it won't take